was walking through my school's corridors when I found a poster for TEDx, a speech we filmed and posted on the internet, and I thought, wow, I can really use this for experience. Then as soon as I submit my speech, I immediately regretted it because I simply didn't know what to write for my speech. I proceeded to leave my speech for around 2 months without writing a single word on it or just a simple introduction because I simply didn't know what to write. I was considering if I should write about, either talk about mental health or the will to live, but instead I focused on something I struggle a lot in, not knowing what to write for my speech. And for that, it's also my title. I'm pretty sure almost everyone has experienced this situation before, such as being told to present while having no idea what to present or talk about. Anyone who has experienced this situation before, please raise your hands. As you can see, this is what almost everyone experiences. This phenomenon is called a mental block, or it can sometimes be referred to as brain fog, like in the name itself, mental block, are like blocks of walls that disrupt your way of thinking creatively or productively, as if you're out of it, like your brain isn't braining, like what I say. According to the American Brain Foundation, mental block can be caused by lack of sleep, high stress, air pollution, mental health issues like depression and anxiety, including neurodivergent conditions like ADHD and autism. Like an artist having art block for years, days, or even months or weeks, or even a prodigy dying out of burnout and losing their passion, or when you feel like you're too tired to do more, so why not just give up anyway? Now this is what I call apathy, or what I think is apathy. I'm not a medical professional, so please take this with a grain of salt. Apathy is when a person lacks self-motivation or emotional expression. According to one of the most reputable medical institutions of the world, Cleveland Clinic, they describe apathy as, as you can see, I'm a clear example of when a person has brain fog, which is currently me right now. Despite me memorizing my speech for countless nights around midnight, and I have actually stayed up until 1:40, I have actually forgotten my speech. And I am a clear example of this, as you can see. Apathy, according to Cleveland Clinic, is withdrawing from, when people or individual withdraws from activities, including hobbies, a lack of concern that they have disengaged on what they used to enjoy, a lack of both positive and negative inspection, and it can be caused by a head injury or mental health problems like PTSD or severe burnout and depression. If you feel like this, you feel like everything is pointless, and you feel like you want to give up, it's not true. Just because you can't do STEM doesn't mean you can't do arts. Just because you can't bake doesn't mean you can't cook. Just because you can't do one thing doesn't mean you can't do anything. We all know that one kid who sits at the back of the class that doesn't do anything, that doesn't even do work at all. That kid was me. I was lazy. I was in a school where almost everything was high. Yes, there were some English classes with math or science, but I gave up. I let myself go. And the feeling of being incompetent consumed me. But even now in my new school, I do work. I have A's here and there. And I even received a writing award from a competition that my teachers and peers all highly praised me. But despite it all, I didn't deserve it. I felt like a phony. I felt like I didn't deserve it and I was just lucky. And it was a complete accident on why they chose me. When people call me by NONNI, or when they award me with the name NONNI, it doesn't feel like my name at all, because it doesn't sound right. Even me right now, I do arts. I draw, and including digital arts. But I don't feel like a good enough artist despite me going to multiple art schools. I am a phony. I am not a real artist. I am not good at writing. I was in this speech right now that you are hearing, I was so scared to send my speech to my friends or my TEDx coach, because that's how much I hated my writing. I hated my writing so much that I felt horrible. I felt even disgusted at myself. Even as when I edit this speech or when I read back on it, I can't help but feel a certain disgust myself, and I feel like I'm a narcissist and that I blame everything else around me instead of myself. This feeling is similar to imposter syndrome, a lot like the song that you may heard by a song artist. Imposter syndrome is a real syndrome where an individual, according to the National Institutes of Health, is an individual having self-doubt about their intellect, skills, or talents, among other high-achieving individuals. Despite the person or the individual feels like a phony despite that success, the success they bravely earned. Despite me, I don't know what to write at all, even for this speech. My teachers, my peers, my homeroom teacher, my English teachers, they all say they love my writing, but even now, I can't help but feel like this was all a lie, and I was scared to go onto this stage and tell my speech to all of you, because I wasn't good enough. But despite it all, I finished my speech. I did it. I completed everything. And I even went up here on right now, and I didn't even say half of my speech that was written in the script because I simply forgotten. Like when a student goes into an exam, even though they studied for countless nights, completely forgets everything. If you're feeling like this, feeling like everything doesn't matter at all anymore, or let me go back to what I said. Like when I said, I finished my speech, I finished everything. And for what I can say is, worry about it later, do it when you can. Sometimes, when you're feeling insanely stressed out, till like what I said about mental fog, it blocks out your brain and everything that you think of. And it builds walls around your head, and it disrupts on how you think creatively and productively. You can't think when you're stressed. You can't think when you put pressure on yourself. So when you're feeling like this, feeling like nothing matters anymore, feeling like people are saying that you're someone, but you feel like you aren't that person, despite the amount of praises, or when you don't know what to write for a speech, it's what makes you, you, or what dictates you, you, not others. Thank you very much.